Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Cypher from Siphon T. C. T. You see, I'm playing tug of war. I'm pretty sure. Hey, you already know I'm winning, bro. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But today we're going to do another episode of FAB Fundamentals. So episode 3. We're going to do this in a different style than I usually do. Usually it's obviously in short video form, but today I want to have more of a discussion. Because I think the specific way I want to go about this, one, obviously I couldn't find the correct layout to do this because for those I usually don't use scripts. Obviously, I just usually talk. But for the FAB fundamentals, I use a script because it's very focused. It's how I edit it. It specifically needs a script to make sure everything flows well. For me, I hate using scripts. I prefer just to be able to talk and just go, because I feel like it feels more real that way. I don't know if that's exactly the way I want to say it, but that's how it was said. But today we're going to talk about poker and Texas Hold'em, and we're going to ask ourselves, how does that go into Flesh and Blood? So if you guys haven't played Texas Hold'em, just bear with me when it comes to this. But for those who have played, this analogy will make sense. This series is to break down fundamentals of Flesh and Blood with other stuff in life to really help form you to make better plays and just become a better player in general. So we're talking about the infamous topic of Ace 10 versus Ace King. So obviously for those who have played cards, you guys know Ace, high suit, 10, obviously 10, then you have Ace and you have King, right? Simple enough. So we're going to say I have Ace 10, you have Ace King. Now obviously Ace King independently much stronger than Ace 10. Like, I don't think anyone would argue that Ace King is just more oftentimes just better. Ace King is literally known as the Big Slick for one reason. It's one of the best starting hands you can have. And the only thing that's better than that is pocket aces. Pocket aces. On the other hand, I mean, Ace 10, not bad. But obviously, it's not Ace King, right? But there are a few situations where Ace 10 is actually better than Ace King. Obviously, you need some things to align, but things are possible. All right, bear with me so far. So, the situations where Ace 10 can actually beat Ace King is if we both would go in the pre-flop, and the board doesn't have any kings, any aces. Well, Ace 10 wins that. Boom. A big pop for me. Second one. Let's say the board brings a 10, right? Well, I have Ace 10. I have a stronger kicker than you. I win, right? Now let's say, like I said, I'm Ace 10. I managed to hit a straight or a flush. And let's say you're, again, the Ace King and you miss your draw. Well, I win the pot. Like I said, this is, like, obviously if you don't understand the fundamentals of poker and Texas Hold'em like this, seems a little bit like, where are you going with this? But obviously, for people who are seasoned Texas Hold'em players, you kind of understand the legitimacy of what I'm talking about. You've seen things like this happen before. Perceive weaker hands being stronger hands because stars aligned, right? So what this is showing is obviously pure power. Obviously, if you just have the strongest deck, this is where it ties into Flesh and Blood. If you just have the strongest deck independently, a lot of times you can win. Like, no one would argue this. But this is saying just because you don't have that strong deck, you're not playing that strong deck, doesn't mean you can't win, right? And that's where this analogy comes. So let's say, for example, in this instance, Ace King is Lexi. A lot of times, a lot of decks just don't beat Lexi. Things suck, right? But then let's say you're Ace 10. Well, that Ace 10's a good deck. But if the stars align, it can beat that Lexi. And that Ace 10 can be a lot of different decks. You can be a deck like Levia. You can be a deck like Dash. You can be a deck like Azalea. Like I said, if stars align, you can win. And this is just to show you that just because a deck is the most powerful, just because all of us put it at the top of our tier list, doesn't mean that's the deck you have to play. What that is basically saying is just, independently in a vacuum, this deck rules overall. But just because you rule overall, doesn't mean someone can't come behind, take you out, and then take your place. Doesn't mean just because you play the best deck in the format, doesn't mean Jimmy over here can't beat you when it matters the most. If you guys watched the Battle Hard in Cincinnati, you see my boy Nathaniel Schneider in the finals with Alexi. Undefeated throughout the tournament, technically. Undefeated. Went to the finals. Perfect record. He's ace king. But then you had ace 10 come and win. You had Ray Adams on Icelander. Everyone's like, yeah, ace 10's fine. Icelander's fine. The stars aligned. Certain draws happen. Ace 10, or in this case, Icelander, beat ace king or Lexi. If you understand when the hand that you have or when the deck you have can shine, you can win. There are times where you have that ace 10, you send it back. You can't win. You're not winning that pot. You're playing your underrepresented deck. You're playing your more underpowered deck. There are times you're just not going to win. But when those stars align, it's money in the bank. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned some. If you guys want more of these FAB fundamental videos, let me know. I should have another episode in the coming days talking about, see? You didn't hear me, but hey, maybe you just got to come watch the video to find out what I just whispered. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!